Hi everyone. This book review I do with the full understanding that the second name in the title of this book has a very different meaning to what it was originally intended. However, today's book is this one, British Tramps. And when I say tramp, I mean tramp steamer, which is a cargo ship that has no set route, but rather waits in dock, gets the cargo filled up, and then is sent off to whatever destination the majority of the cargo is going to. This type of operation was far more common in the last 2 centuries than it is now. Most cargo activity is done according to set liner routes, as in endpoints. But last century, with the British merchant marine being as massive as it was, thanks to its global empire, it needed a large fleet to bring all the goods and services across its empire back to the motherland and then send its industrial goods out to its various colonies and other countries that wish to trade with it. What this book looks at is the evolution of the standard non-liner cargo ship, which was the tramp steamer. And it covers this from the 20th century, from the first half of the 20th century, through to the various evolutions in design, and particular with engines, with diesel being very critical in the evolution to a very standardized layout, to the post-war period where there was a big rush to design and create a ship, general purpose cargo ship, that would replace the Liberty ships, because by the 1960s those ships were growing very long in the tooth and were already far beyond what had been expected for them to operate and serve. And then right through to the dawn of the containerization era, which essentially changed the way cargo operations were done, and of course with the loss of the British Empire, with changing economics and dynamics with trade, this giant merchant fleet withered away and now lives on in the history books and in the fading memories of those who worked on those ships. This book looks and feels like a World Ship Society publication, but it's actually it's self-published by Ian Stewart, who was based in Western Australia. So if you have any of the World Ship Society company histories, there's a few behind me back here, you'll be familiar with the layout. There's a thematic chapter about technological and economic conditions and evolutions and factors that affected these ships. Then you go through a feature of a particular design evolution or engineering breakthrough, followed by a listing of various ships built to that certain design, with their basic figures, operations, and fates. And this is then continued right through for each chapter and each phase. And the book is beautifully illustrated. There's lots of black and white photos, and what I love is that there's also plenty of cutaways, plans, and engineering views, particularly engineering views, because the evolution of an economical engine was critical to operating this type of vessel. It is beautifully illustrated. The thematic chapters are well written, easy to read, informative, enlightening, and the chapters listing the histories of the ships are great for research as well, for understanding company configurations, vessels' careers, and also trying to find certain vessels. This book is going to be perfect for those who are fascinated by merchant fleets, by cargo ships, and certainly by the evolution of cargo ships. And the slight emphasis on engineering sides will also appeal those who are more of the engineering interest. So all in all, for me, this is a 5 captain's hats, because it is a fantastic record of the evolution of these types of vessels, and we get information about even lesser known companies or companies that don't otherwise have company histories and whose fates and awareness has basically faded with time. So at least part of that information is recorded in this book. So British Tramps, I.G. Stewart, highly recommended, 5 out of 5 captain's hats. You love your merchant ships, then get this book on your shelves right now.